just want to come out. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mimi, if you don't already know, and this is Aria Speaks. Anyway, I just want to come and have a come together moment with you guys. I haven't posted anything in a minute because although we are in the middle of a pandemic, I'm still required to work because I'm one of those essential workers. Anyway, we're not going to go there. But I just want to have just a candid talk about what you all are feeling about all that's going on with school. If you have a child with special needs like I do, how do you feel about them returning back to school? Do you want them to return back to school? Also, like, where y'all going? You know, like, what's been going on? Because are y'all able to like leave your house with your child that has special needs, or with your children in general? Like, are y'all moving around? I don't know. We've been quarantining since they said lock it down. So since they said back in March around spring break time to stop moving, we basically haven't really went anywhere. We haven't went to the mall. We haven't went to go eat. We haven't went to go do anything other than me going to work because I'm required to go to work and I work outside of my home. I gotta go to work. But as far as like us going out anywhere, I know my kids are going like freaking crazy because they want to get out, but outside's not safe right now. So we haven't really been moving around. Another issue that I have with moving around, other than the fact that you just can't really move around, is that my 4-year-old, which is Aria, is autistic, and she does have a sensory disorder as well, to where she's very sensitive to certain things and touch and the texture or noises. They just don't sit with her well. And so with that being a problem, and if it sounds loud, it is raining outside, so sorry. Anyway, with that being an issue, I can't get this girl to wear a mask at all. Not even for like 10 seconds. Like, my mother even made her a mask, like a small mask, and her Nana made her a small mask, but she won't wear them. It bothers her. She just won't wear them at all. So I haven't even been able to get her, like I couldn't even get her to go put them on for any period of time. So I can't even imagine like sending her to school, because I know for a fact that she's not gonna wear the mask, like none at all. Let alone my other kids. I do have 3 other children, and I'm ranging from 15 all the way down to 9. She's 9 now. She had just had a birthday at the end of July. So she's 9 now. And even for long periods of time, they're not gonna wear a mask. So I just don't see this as this is just my opinion. I just don't see going to school as a feasible solution right now. And not only that, I just don't think my kids, I don't feel that they would be able to provide something that makes me feel like my kids are going to be safe in the environment. And I feel that way because I work a job and outside, and I don't even feel sometimes that my job is adequate enough, and I'm an adult. Just comment down below if you've been able to like leave the house or even take your kids with you, or they're wearing their mask, or if you have a child with special needs that will leave it on. I think me and my mother are gonna work on something to kind of like maybe get her something that'll feel a little bit better on her face, and see if that works. But I have been able to get out a little bit as far as like joyrides. Like, I'll take the girls on a joyride, maybe get some ice cream and kind of like ride around the city and listen to music and just go in different areas that we haven't actually been to before, just to get out, to see outside. School just started. So school just started here. I live in Austin, Texas. School just started. They are really trying to push returning back inside the building and in-person learning here in Texas. I'm not really feeling that. I did find my kids are right now doing remote learning, and I actually think that they enjoy it. Like I know getting started it was actually very awkward and just kind of weird, and they weren't sure how it was going to work, and they were kind of nervous to talk to their friends and respond to their teacher. But now, at least for my older girls, I'm going to speak for I have a 15-year-old and a 13-year-old, and like so far they actually, yeah, I know I do. I have a 15-year-old and a 13-year-old. Anyway, I think that they actually enjoy it because they're able to keep up with their own schedule. They keep up with their time management is a necessity, and so they're able to keep up with their own schedule. They know what time they're supposed to be logging in. They know what time they need to have, you know, their work turned in every day. Their teachers are very active and give them a lot of freedom to complete your work, but also stay on top of them. And they do have class participation, so they get to see and participate with their classmates, and their school breaks out in the break rooms, and it might be like 4 or 5 random students in the classroom, so they get a chance to like take a break and converse. So like I don't feel like they're missing out on socializing either, because they made it seem like, oh, your kid's gonna like not be able to socialize, and they won't be able to see their friends, and they won't be able to like function, and they're gonna be so depressed and we're not feeling that, at least not in my house. Now I know every child is different and every parent is different, and not everybody is gonna adapt the same way, but I'm just speaking from my standpoint in our household that so far so good. They're liking it and they're enjoying it. I know above all else they would probably rather be doing school in person. Don't get me wrong, I completely get it. I think that they would rather, but as far as the safety precaution goes and them being at home, I also don't find the problem, and I find that they're both more focused on their work. They're more focused. My oldest daughter used to get distracted very easily, and like, who's distracting her? Now, she don't have nobody here to distract her. So, you know, and they find their little corner and they just get to work. So it's been kind of working out. My 9-year-old, which she's been doing really well. She goes to school earlier than everybody, and she's there from like 7:30 to like 3 o'clock or 2:50. And she's been doing really good with keeping up with her schedule, with logging on. They've been doing gym. The other day I walked in and she was in a full sprint and everything. So, you know, she was like, Mom, get out, we're doing gym. So I closed the door and let her keep going. So she's getting some activity done, and they're really getting, you know, they're getting some stuff done. So the only difference is, like, for my 4-year-old, she's not required to be in school, but I did have her in an early intervention program that the school does offer in order to get children with special needs acclimated to the school process and how school goes, and just introduce them to schooling at a young age, so that way when they get to kindergarten, they kind of understand how school works. Which I just wanted her to have I signed her up because I wanted her to have an opportunity to be around kids that were her own age, and also because the school was offering it, and just to, you know, integrate inside and kind of see how that goes. But at the same time, we did the program for a full year, starting when she was 3 last year, and she was in school. She also did ABA therapy she was in school half the day, did ABA therapy half the day, and then she also had like speech therapy, occupational therapy, and she went to daycare for like a little inch in between. So that way she was going from school to daycare to ABA, you know, and sprinkled in the middle of the day was either occupational therapy or speech therapy. So it was a lot going on, and she used to have really, really full days, but she was also able to spend time with children that were her own age and hear and see how they play with each other and communicate, which I thought was very, very important, and also get the structure of school, and also just learn how to structure and maintain without without me or without her dad or her siblings being really, really close by, because she can be very clingy. So when this whole thing happened and, you know, we had to make the decision to do remote learning or in-school learning, with her, I was just like, I don't know how. I can't send her to school. First, I can't send her inside of the building and expect for her to be safe to my standards. Because I know that she's not going to wear a mask. She is still learning how to functionally communicate. Sometimes she does not respond to her name. And she doesn't always know certain directions. And so, and although I do know that she could kind of learn these things, I don't feel comfortable with throwing her in and potentially her getting sick or exposed or something like that. I just didn't think it was worth it. And then on the other side of that was remote learning. So in order for her to do remote learning, which we initially were going to go through with it, but the way they did the scheduling, I mean, she was going to be, she's not going to sit in front of a computer screen talking to her teacher or communicating with her teacher or staying focused with her teacher for like more than 30 minutes. I mean, even that's pushing it. And they want like half a day or break it up and come back, and it's just, no, she's not going to do that. She's not going to focus. And that also means that somebody has to, one of us, me or her dad, has to physically be with her the entire day or the entire school session, which isn't horrible. I don't mind doing that, but we work. And not only that, we also have other children that are also in school that probably need help and assistance and things like that. And so we just decided to allow her to go to ABA therapy for 8 hours. That was initially what she was supposed to do anyway when we first started therapy. And the only reason why we did not do the full 8 hours is because she was in school and she was in daycare, and we kind of wanted to see how that was going to benefit her in the long run. And what we ended up finding out, and it was suggested from our neurologist, is that ABA therapy is really, really doing the most for her. And she's benefiting the most for her. She's picking up language, she's picking up social skills and things like that. And it's coming from ABA. I'm sure that school and daycare had something to do with it. But ABA therapy has been really, really hands-on. And so that's what we did. So our ABA therapy facility is amazing. We have amazing therapists that work with Aria on a regular basis. And so they decided, they opened up safely, and they opened up to where she has her own room, her own therapist with her own items that are sanitized and clean, and everybody does questionnaire checks and make sure everybody's safe every day. And so that's how we're handling her, with her getting full-time therapy instead of being in school, because she's only 4, so it's not required to go to school. She does not have to be at school when she's 4 years old. So we're trying to take advantage of that, and hopefully by the time everything kind of, calms down and goes back to regular, then she'll be more adapt for school. And maybe, hopefully, the plan is that she picked up more language and more social skills, and she'd be better prepared to enter school again. So, but that's what we've been doing so far during these last few months, sitting home and trying to stay safe. And I hope you all have been doing the same. Let me know how everything's going with you all. If you feel comfortable sending your kids to school, and if you do, what's the school doing to keep everybody, to keep all the kids safe. And if you've been staying home, and is your little one refusing to wear a mask like mine is, or just let me know what's up. Anyway, thank you for sitting and chit-chatting with me. Nothing major, just wanted to catch up and see what's going on. Anyway, talk to y'all later.